Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Nord and Block Podcast and the NordCast. It is Monday, May 19th, 2025. I'm your host here, Nord97, joined with LeBlock James. LeBlock, how we doing?
We're doing fantastic today.
I'm sure you are. You want to tell us why?
They gone. They gone. The Leafs have been blown away. But I just got one more to say. I just want me to say. When's tea time? When's tea time, boys? Wait, you told me he wasn't going to be available until June. 2 weeks from now, now he's suddenly available for tea time? 10 a.m., perfect timing. Perfect time. Thunderbird in Ottawa. Let's go. Come on.
Are you going to make your annual TikTok?
I already did.
Oh, my God. I'm going on TikTok right now. All right. So I'm kidding. Anyways, let's get into this. LeBlanc, I want you to put your bias aside for a moment.
Okay.
Where do we start?
Do you want to start with the team itself, or want to start with certain players?
Let's go with Florida here real quick. Let's get Florida segment out of the way, because I think Toronto's going to take up so much, and we're going to forget about Florida.
Yeah. This
team is unstoppable. This team is unfreaking stoppable. I'm going to be blunt. They've won 9 out of their last 10 playoff series. Holy shit. They are unstoppable.
Like, Paul Maurice, I think Paul Maurice is one of the most underrated coaches of his generation.
I 100% agree.
He's unlocked something in this Florida team that we haven't seen in the past. Like, he was at Winnipeg, and yeah, those Jets teams were really good, but there were nothing like this.
Yeah, they were absolutely nothing like this. Bill Zito has created an incredible roster. What's insane about Florida is that they can score all up and down their lineup. It's not like last year where they had a couple of guys who were really good and then a couple of their secondary guys. Everybody, I swear, 9 or 10 players have been scoring at the same amount of pace. It's insane how they're playing the way they are. And as well as that, too, you just saw Seth Jones. Good Lord. That trade, anybody who said that trade was bad, oh my God.
Eating their words now, yeah.
Yeah, I have to go into hiding. I mean, I didn't really hate the trade, but holy crap. What a game from Jones. Basically had 2 goals. The one goal that I was called off, I was like, I don't know. But yeah, just unreal game from Jones. Bobrovsky looked great in this game, first of all. In the first period, he made some really good saves that kept Toronto at bay essentially throughout the entire game. It could have been 6-1 Leafs if some of those shots went in.
Yeah, honestly. The first period he locked in like that goal, chance from Nylander in the first, that was an insane save there. The Leafs really did put it on in the third and in the end of the first. Second period really got away from them, which is one of the reasons why they lost the game.
Yeah, for sure.
It was their terrible second period, but going back to Florida, yeah, Florida, they're a complete team. There's no blaring weakness.
There isn't. And I'll go back to Bobrovsky here for a moment. The weird thing is about Bob, his playoff stats, they're not that sexy. He had a below 900 save percentage in this series and then overall in the playoffs. I think overall, in his career, he has a .905. He's not somebody who's has super sexy playoff stats. But when he locks in, he locks in. But when he's off his game, it's pretty bad. So he's one of those goalies where it's very polarizing, but he was on his game tonight, that's for sure.
Definitely. But Florida, Marchand had a great game. Luosterainen had a great game tonight too.
Brad Marchand, Leaf killer. I can't.
Now the second most points out of anybody in the playoffs against the Leafs. The only person who has more points than him, Gordie Howe. And to remind you, Gordie Howe played in the 50s and the 60s.
Yeah.
When there was only 6 teams.
Can't believe it, dude. Can't believe it. He's phenomenal. That trade will go down in history as one of the biggest trades. One of the craziest trades. One of the best trades for Florida. Seriously. So should we move on to Toronto, or do you have anything more to say about Florida?
Well, I mean, there's not really much to say. Like, they really came in and kicked their teeth in this game.
Yeah, they kicked the shit out of Toronto. It's good on them for bouncing back. Again, I said to you off camera, I said it on videos that after Toronto won Game 6, I'm like, Florida's going to bounce back. And they did.
Yeah, I mean,
there you go.
Well, Game 6, going back to Florida, didn't really have a great game. They lost 2-0 at home.
Yeah.
And, like, you look, same with Game 5. Like, Game 5, after Game 5 happened, I think I thought to myself, Toronto's not going to lose Game 6.
Yeah, I thought Toronto was going to win Game 6, too. I was just like, I know how this works.
Yeah.
They're going to bounce back. And then, what do you know?
I'm just going to tell you this. I have a photo here. I'm going to just announce it. So, consecutive winner-take-all games in playoffs. Losses. They're the 3 longest right now ever. Number 3, Colorado, 2002 to present. 7 straight Game 7 losses.
Yeah.
Toronto, 8 straight. 2013 to present. The longest in history is the New York Rangers. It was 10 straight Game 7 losses. That was from 1937 to 1984.
That's like 50 years.
Yes.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, so you look at these, like, mostly Toronto, because the Avalanche one's kind of surprising to me as well, but Toronto, 2013,
it's kind of crazy.
2013 to present, that's only 12 years.
So I made a graphic, and I got a lot to say. I made a graphic. I'm going to put it on screen here right now. So it's going to show off my editing app because I don't really know how else to show it. So these are the last 10 Game 7s for Toronto. Ignore all the Photoshop stuff. Ignore this as well. I don't know why that's here. So these are the last 10 Game 7s from the Maple Leafs. They've lost 7 in a row. Fun fact, 7 of those, all 7, are within the last 12 years.
Wow.
7 Game 7. It is impossible for a team to be this inconsistently bad. It is impossible. I don't even know what to say. Like, okay, I had this whole speech prepared, or we're going to go with it.
You're missing Columbus. Well, you're just Game 7.
That was a Game 5. That wasn't a Game 7.
Like, winner take all. Okay, no, sorry.
Yeah, you could have included it, but yes. So, LeBlanc, you're way older than me. You've been watching hockey a lot longer than me.
I have.
I started watching hockey in 2017. I was 10 years old. 4th grade. Feel like a crazy time back then. Toronto was just then breaking into the playoffs. They lost to Washington that year. That year wasn't a fluke, or that year wasn't a part of this, in my opinion. I don't think it really was.
Yeah, no, that was like their first. That was Matthew's rookie year. That was their first. They're a young up and coming team, and no one really expected them to make the playoffs. Kind of like Montreal this year. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, kind of like Montreal this year. I agree with that. I have seen every single one of these losses. I have seen every single one. There is no way in anybody's right mind that you can bring this score back. There is absolutely zero way that you can justify it. This is almost 10 years of not being able to make it. LeBlanc, before you speak, let me go through my spiel here.
Yep.
At the trade deadline this year, they gave up a ton. They traded away Brandon Carlo, they traded for Brandon Carlo, for Fraser Minton and their first-round pick in next year's draft. They also traded for, Scott Lawton, for Nikita Gurbankin, and a 2028, or sorry, it's 2027 first-round pick. By the way, thank you for Gurbankin. I love that guy. He's been unreal in Lehigh Valley, I gotta say. You traded away your entire future, essentially, besides Easton Cowan, your next 3 first-round picks, your two of your top three best prospects, which I think, again, we've had this argument before, LeBlanc. I feel like Toronto prospects are a little bit overhyped in a way, but still, they're very good prospects.
Yep.
You traded those away for 2 more wins. 2 more wins in the playoffs. You traded all of that away for 2 more. Now, granted, Carlo and Lon have term, so they will be here after this season. They're not rentals. Still, 2 more wins. Fucking unacceptable. Mitch Marner is gone. You can't say anything to me whatsoever. He is gone. He is done. He is not coming back to Toronto. He is going to be a Philadelphia Flyer in 2 weeks. Maybe 3 weeks, actually. More than that.
More like 7.
More like 7 weeks. I don't know. He's going to be a Flyer on July 1st. It's obviously a joke, but still, he's gone June 1st. Tavares, probably gone too. Really? I got to be honest. Again, I know he had really good regular season success, but there is no way you can justify bringing anybody back. Like Matthews and Nylander, stay. Nylander, no blame on him whatsoever. Matthews, there's a ton of blame there, but you're not trading him. Come on, what are we doing here? You fire Brendan Shanahan too. He's gone. He's done. He shouldn't make it to Wednesday.
No, and I'm going to say this right now, if they decide to keep Brendan Shanahan, which I really don't think they're going to do, but if they do decide to keep him, nothing's going to change. And you and me both know that.
Yes, I 100% agree. If they keep Shanahan here, that being MLSE or whatever, whoever the hell runs the Maple Leafs, whoever that new guy is that basically said when he got hired, "Oh, I just got here."
Because you can't fire Tree Living. You can't. And there's no shot in hell you're going to play this on Berube.
No, Berube's not at fault. Tree Living, low-key isn't either. I mean, he made an effort at the very least to try and make this team better, but I think after this year, they have had 3 general managers, 3 coaches. You can't sit here and say that any of those are the problem anymore. It lies on Brendan Shanahan now and the players. And I think seeing how they've gone through 3 GMs and 3 coaches, I think this group mentally can't do it. The pressure is too hard. And look, they did a really good job. They beat Ottawa, a team that, by the way, had 0 playoff experience in the last 10 years almost.
They still struggled with them.
And they still didn't really play that good. If it weren't for that late Max Pacioretty goal, it could be a Game 7. We're talking about a whole different narrative here. It could be Florida versus Ottawa right now.
It could be. It could be. It's the woulda, shoulda, coulda game, but yes.
Yes, it is. It is. You're right. You're totally right. The Leafs were also 1 shot away from being up 3-0 in the series as well. In overtime.
Yeah.
Momentum shifted the entire other way, and it didn't go back.
I'm telling you, momentum is a thing that kills you. Once you have it, you run with it, and if you don't run with it, it comes back and bites you in the ass.
Yeah. I kind of said my spiel there. There is no way you can bring anybody back. So I'll let you talk.
I'm gonna shift the narrative to a little bit more of a positive light, and then I'm gonna dump on them.
All right, here we go.
Looking at Toronto, this core, this is the best they've ever done.
Yeah,
this is their best season in 20 years.
It is. It is.
So here's the thing: if this was any other team, I'd be saying this is a great success. You won the division. You got to the second round of the playoffs, and you lost to the defending Stanley Cup champs. If this was any other team, I'm not really getting much of a big spiel about this.
No, it's probably good. If this was, for example, let's say, if this was Ottawa, you'd be over the moon.
Yeah, no, Ottawa would be over the moon. If this was Montreal, you'd be ecstatic. If this was I would say this is Calgary. You'd be pretty good. Even Winnipeg, Winnipeg, I know the Winnipeg won.
Winnipeg only lasted a game less.
Yes, but still, Winnipeg, it is what it is. Because it's Toronto, and I don't know, there's this narrative around that Toronto thinks they're better than everybody else, and the narrative is kind of true. where the media and everyone else thinks Toronto is better than everybody else in the league, but there's 31 other teams in the league, and I know Kevin BX said this after, which I thought it was kind of a stupid thing to say. Oh, there's 31 other teams in the league. Why is Toronto better than them? Toronto doesn't have to win. I'm like, what? You play to win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But going back, Matthews, unacceptable. I'm sorry, you're the quote greatest American goal scorer potentially. How do you have Brady Tkachuk get more goals than you in the playoffs, and he played only 6 games? You played 13 whole games, and you got 3 goals.
It's unacceptable.
You are the goal scorer.
It's unacceptable. It's so unacceptable. The way every team, the way everybody played except for William Nylander is unacceptable.
Nylander, dog. Like, he should be the captain. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, yeah.
Marner gone. There's no shot he comes back.
Yeah, there is no way.
Unless they're giving him 15. Like, I'm being serious.
Or if Shanahan stays around.
Yeah, because I know Marner's from Toronto, so I get it.
Yeah, I get that.
I'd be really shocked if he came back.
I'd be shocked as well.
I think Tavares comes back, though.
I don't know. I mean, maybe now that they're letting go of Marner, but like,
At a lower cap hit, I think they keep Tavares.
Possibly, yeah. Just seeing the way he played in that series. I'm not
gonna lie. A couple of players who really stood out to me as not playing great this series. Morgan Riley.
Riley might be. Riley signed that big deal, but they might try and find a way to get him out of there.
Riley, like first round, Riley was great. Second round, Riley was a ghost.
Yeah.
Brandon Carlo had a horrible playoff. Lawton also had a horrible playoff.
I'll say this. So, deadline acquisitions in this series. Brad Marchand for the Panthers, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points, +6. Seth Jones, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points, +1. The least deadline acquisitions in this series, Scott Lawton, 0 points, -4. Brandon Carlo, 0 points, -4. You traded away your entire future for that.
I expected more. Like I'll be honest. When they got Lawton, I thought it was a good fit. But now looking at Lawton, didn't play well when he got there. He didn't play well down the stretch. He didn't play well in the auto series. He was a ghost too. I didn't hear his name be called even once.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest here. I could see them flipping one of them this offseason. They have term.
Lawton and Carlo? I can see it too.
Because here's the thing. You need to, if you trade away assets, you need to get good asset management. So I'm not trading a first and bringing for Lawton and having Lawton do this exact thing next season and have him walk for nothing.
I agree.
So I really do think Lawton might be a trade candidate this offseason.
Yeah, he might be, honestly. I think that for a guy like him who's a center, he can, play on both ends. He always works hard. I mean, he looked like he was working hard at points in this series, but
yeah, I'll give him this. I saw the effort there. I saw like the back check's great, but like just the production isn't there.
He always had that in Philadelphia. That was always a narrative in Philly. Just could never get it done here with Toronto. I don't know. Like, I mean, I could see that too, to be honest. You got to find a way to recuperate for your assets somehow, some way. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, like, I really...
If Marner walks, which I assume he's going to do, the Leafs are going to bring in somebody.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But you got to recuperate for what you lost in some way.
And I'm going to say
There's no way you can get away with this.
I'm going to say this. I honestly don't think Marner had that bad of a playoff.
You don't think Marner
had some very costly mistakes in a couple of games in the Florida series, but I don't think he had a terrible playoff.
He wasn't bad in the Ottawa series.
No.
This series, especially when it mattered.
Did you see the clip of him yelling at the bench?
Yes, that is probably going to go down as one of my favorite clips.
I'm going to tell you this. You don't yell. I'm sorry. I haven't seen Marner talk like that, act like that
Ever. I agree.
So that kind of tells you that, yeah, he's pretty much done.
I mean, I've seen a lot of things where like he's like, upset on the bench and all of that stuff. And Nylander saying, "Stop crying, bro. This isn't juniors," or whatever he said. I know that's not exactly what he said, but still. Like I've never seen him like that. Never. I've never seen him like that before in that sense.
I've never seen I've seen him, like you said, lash out on the bench. I have never seen him lash out like on the ice to his own bench.
Yeah, I've never seen him get that emotional.
Which means, and like I think Martin's also a very emotional player.
He is. Yeah.
He is. So that, and I think it was his last game as a Maple Leaf.
I think it was too. I wholeheartedly think it was too.
But like, you said, you can't run this back. You cannot run this back at all.
There's no chance. There is not a shot in hell you can bring any of this back.
Now, I'm going to put myself in the Maple Leaf in Shanahan's shoes. If I was Shanahan, I wasn't getting fired. I would find a way to trade Marner's rights.
Get something back.
You can get something back. I'm trading Riley. I'm trading Lawton, and I'm going big game hunting. I'm going big game hunting, or I'm working the trade market. You need to aggressively retool this roster. This roster is not built to win a Stanley Cup.
It's not built to go far. It's not. I feel like it's too much talent, not enough.
There's no
ferocity.
Yeah, no. Honestly. So here's the thing. I think to win a you need is 5 pillars to win a Stanley Cup. You need a good goalie or a hot goalie. You need a defensive defenseman who can shut down. You need a bolstering power forward. You need a goal scorer, and you need a third, middle six that can defend and score.
You have some of those qualities.
And you have some of those qualities. You have the goal scorer. Stolarz is a really good goalie, and Wall's really good.
You have a great tandem. That wasn't the problem at all in these playoffs.
The Leafs don't have a premier power forward. You could say Matthew Knies, who we haven't talked about at all. But I don't think Knies is that premier power forward.
Yeah.
Knies also isn't a power forward. I know that's the narrative people are saying. Knies is a sniper. He's just tall.
Yeah.
He's one of the best power forwards. He's not. He's a sniper.
I mean, he is a way where like he can be physical and play that way at the same time, but he's not like a Brad Marchand type of player.
He's not your like a premier power forward in my eyes is like Leon Draisaitl.
Honestly, you know what they could really use? They could use like a guy like Sam Bennett.
Yeah, as I'd say, I'd be afraid Sam Bennett was going to be a Maple Leaf because it sounds like Sam Bennett wants to go to somewhere in the northeast United States or Canada. A guy like Sam Bennett would be perfect for them.
Yeah, I agree.
And
for sure,
another guy who would be perfect for them. And I know this is going to sound like an old head take, but a guy like Tom Wilson. Yeah,
like they need that type of player. They don't have somebody who can like they have guys who are like the framework of that, like Max Domi and a couple other players, but
they're not like Max Domi. I'm sorry, Max Domi's not a top 6 player.
They can't hit and score at the same time. They can't.
Which is why a lot of the better teams have a premium power forward.
For sure. Yeah, I agree with that. All right.
Florida, their premier power forward is
am I blanking?
It's Sam
Bennett. Yeah, my bad. My apologies.
Carolina has Svechnikov. Dallas has I wouldn't call Ranson a power forward, though he's big.
Dallas has guys like that.
They have big guys though.
Yeah, they have guys like that can score up and down their lineup, and they're guys that can play physical.
Yeah, and Edmonton has Draisaitl.
Yeah. And Evander and a couple other players like that.
I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what I said my spiel what they should do. I have no idea where they're going to go from here. But I'm interested to see what they do. Because you can't hit reset. You don't have any assets anymore.
You can't hit reset. You're in the weirdest position.
Because your core isn't good. Like your core is good, but they're not good enough.
I'm not going to lie to you. the best option they might have is run it back. That might be the easiest option.
They need to,
and I would not be shocked in the slightest if they go that way.
I'm going to be honest here. What they need to do, a Huberdeau type trade.
They do. They need to make a trade like that.
They need to trade one of their better assets for a better young asset. Because, like, Matthews is 27 now. Marner's 28.
They're getting old.
Yeah,
they've never been in the third round.
Yeah, it's whatever happens, but that's my spiel.
We're going to play a game here. It's going to be stay or go. Ooh. We're going to go through the entire Maple Leaf roster and talk about whether we're going to stay or go.
The entire roster, brother, my God.
Yes. All of them won't be that bad.
Is this, are we doing this who I think should stay or go, or what I think is going to happen?
What we think. All right. Okay. Austin Matthews.
Stay.
He stays. There's no way you move on from him. You can't really. Even though, like, he's at fault a little bit, there's no way. William Nylander. Stay.
There's no if you trade Nylander, you're on crack. I'm sorry.
I gotta be blunt. Those are the only two that are like
untouchable.
Safe. Honestly. Everybody else is kind of in play. It's a some stratosphere. John Tavares.
I think he stays.
I'll change my narrative. I think he stays as well.
Okay.
I feel like maybe they move on from him, but he probably does stay. Mitch Marner.
Gone.
He's got to be gone. He's got to be gone. There's no way you can justify it. Mm-hmm. There is no way you can keep him around. Max Domi.
I think he stays.
He's like 4 years left on his deal.
Yeah, so you gotta tell me how many years they got left too. I don't know who. They took away cap friendly. I'm not too familiar anymore.
You got cap. You know what cap wages is, bro?
No, I don't.
Cap wages is like cap friendly, but like a little different. I'll have to show it to you.
All right.
David Kampf has 2 years left on his deal.
I think Kampf is gone.
Really?
I think they're gonna find a way to get rid of him for cap.
I think him for $2.4 million. Come on, really?
I mean, it's a cap crunch. They're in a cap crunch. They have money, but I don't know.
Callie Yarbrough with a year left.
I think they keep him.
Yeah, Scott Long with a year left. You already said your spiel.
I think he's gone. I'll be honest.
He's 30. I don't know. Bobby McMahon, 1 year left on his deal as well. Stay. Ryan Reeves, 1 year left on his deal.
They're gonna. I think they're trying to find a way to get rid of him.
Probably, or he's gonna
ice at all this play. I know everybody, especially in the early in the Ottawa series. Oh my, gonna get Reeves. He's gonna fuck him up. He's gonna big Revo.
Dude, he's with the Marlies,
bro. He's 38.
Yeah, I think he might retire. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
That might be it for him. And then you get into the guys who are on expiring deals.
Okay.
Matthew Nyes, I think you keep him.
Nyes is gonna get offer sheeted, but they're gonna match it.
Yeah. Robertson honestly might be gone.
Gone.
I think Toronto would like to keep him. He's a hardworking player, but
he's been dealt a bad hand by the organization.
I think he wants to leave.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure he requested a trade.
I think he did. I think we forget last September, before he signed his deal, he's he wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's probably going to happen. Max Pacioretty
retires.
You think so? He's 36.
I don't know. I just don't think he has that much left in the tank.
I think maybe they keep him.
He had a really good playoff though.
He did. I think they keep him around one more year.
Yeah. Because vets move. Those kind of vets move constantly, so I could see him with. He'll definitely sign with a contender.
Yeah. Pontus Holmberg.
Stay.
And then Steve Lorentz on the forward core.
I think he's gone.
Yeah, they probably let him go. All right, defense. Morgan Riley.
I'm going to say stay, but I could see him leaving too.
Yeah, he probably stay. He's on a 7-year deal until 2031.
He's going to the third year of his deal.
Yeah, so he's staying. Even though they'd probably love to get rid of him, he's staying. Chris Tanev stays.
Stay. They just signed to a big-ass contract.
Yanov had a pretty decent series. I didn't think he was bad either.
He was really good defensively down the stretch, for sure.
He was. What about Oliver Ekman-Larsson?
Stay.
Probably. They're all on long-term deals.
That defense core is the best core they've had for the defense. So
100%. Brandon Carlo.
Stay.
Jake McCabe.
McCabe is gone, I think.
Really? You think they're going to move on from their deadline? I mean, they signed McCabe to a contract.
I think the team's going to give him more money teams are going to give him more money.
They signed McCabe to a contract, though, man.
Yeah, they did. No, he's staying then. No.
Yeah, they signed him to a.
I thought he's UFA. That's my bad.
Simone Benoit.
He should stay. He's earned a spot.
And then just some random guys. Phil Myers signed a 2-year deal.
Myers AHL depth.
Yeah, AHL depth. I remember Phil Myers. What a guy.
Elite Myers. Bro's been traded like 4 times.
Flyers legend. All right, and then the goaltenders. Anthony Stolarz. I think these two stay. Anthony Stolarz stay. Joseph Wolfskin deal. Stay.
I'm going to give you a take.
Okay.
The Leafs should trade Stolarz while his value is high.
They should, honestly.
And they should make Wall the starter.
They should, honestly.
I think it feels like, I don't want to say it's like all market swim, but it feels like, when that Ranger season where Lundqvist went down and Cam Talbot came in and really played well, and then he found himself in Edmonton.
Right, yeah, I agree with that. I think that would be a good take. I think I could see that. I mean, look, you would love to keep both of them, but you don't really need both of them.
I was just having a good backup is essential. Having a backup that should be a starter is a detriment.
I think in this case, they should probably move on, to be honest.
If they can find someone who wants Stolarz and they will give them a second or a first round pick for him, do it.
Yeah, go for it. If you could even trade him at the draft.
That's what I mean. You can get back into that second round.
They do have Florida's second, but still, if you could get back in there, that could be huge.
It's an early third, though. Let's be real.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Any more thoughts on Toronto here? It's done. We'll be making more videos and podcasts on them, I'm sure, as this moves on. If you want, I can look at some of the quotes that have been said.
But I'm just so happy you don't have to hear about Biz anymore. I don't have to hear Biz anymore.
Oh yeah, couple things about that. I'm not done yet. Biz, Canadian oldie, hockey Illuminati. Holy crap! I'm so done. It's over. Me and you talked before the game started. We said that we are sick of hearing this narrative of the curse is over. There's these things that are linking it back to 1967. It's like the Rangers. I swear, I see so many TikToks every single year where it's Mark Messier breathes, Artemi Panarin breathes, Rangers are winning the cup. I hate the 1994 narrative and the 1967 narrative.
I have a quote for you.
What do you got? Oh, God. What do you got?
Austin Matthews said the Leafs had too many passengers in Game 7.
What does that mean?
Passengers are people are you know what the term pigeon is?
Yeah.
Pigeons. Guys who just do nothing. The passengers, the guys who are just there for the ride. I'm sorry. Matthews was the biggest passenger this entire playoffs. You can't be saying that.
Did he? He had 3 goals, didn't he?
Yeah, and Mitch Marner later agreed with the assessment.
They were both passengers. What are we doing?
I don't
get it. I suppose that too.
And I'm going to say last thing on the Leafs, Biz, you goof, and I think Marner leaving is a benefit to Matthews and Marner.
Honestly, yeah.
I feel once they're apart, they'll do better.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They're how do I put this? I just think together they're not it, but apart they could be fit. When Matthews went down, Marner looked fantastic. When Marner goes down, Matthews looks fantastic. They just don't gel.
They don't, honestly. So I agree with that.
I low-key think they don't like each other.
I kind of do agree, yeah. But
yeah, but that's it for Toronto. Tea time's at 10.
I'm so glad to not hear about Biz anymore. Honestly, I'm so happy. All that I hear is State of the Union, Leafs in 7.
And I don't have to hear about that. The dude
Leafs in 7. I have to hear Leafs in 7.
I said that to you, didn't I?
You did, yeah. I used it. Bissonnette and Cancun. Unreal. All right, that's enough of Toronto before we beat down on them some more. I know they're probably struggling right now. I cannot wait for Steve Dangle's LFR. I am beyond excited.
We're all invited to the cookout.
I am staying awake for it. I don't care if it comes out at 3 a.m. I am staying awake for it. All right, let's move on to the other series that concluded yesterday between the Winnipeg Jets and the Dallas Stars. First and foremost, deepest condolences to the Scheifele family for the passing of Brad Scheifele, Mark Scheifele's father. Before we get into the game itself and honestly the way the Jets played and the Stars and all that, him scoring that goal, man.
Yeah,
really,
so yeah, like I was on the bus back from Toronto watching the game, and it was emotional. And I'm gonna say this right now, I put money on him to score the first goal. I'm using that money and I'm donating it to to one of his organizations that Scheifele supports.
Good man. Yeah, we did the Watch of Nordic stream on Saturday night, obviously, and we got some donations from people, including yourself, LeBlanc, and I donated late last night to True North Foundation. Just anything I can do. Felt pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I put some money in there myself. I donated a total of $55. So,
and then that's his number.
But yeah, it felt good to do some good there. But rest in peace to Brad Scheifele. It's terrible.
Like the way because I'll be honest, Hellebuck and the Jets played a very good game.
They did. Game 6 was very good.
It was very good.
It was a pretty good game, honestly.
Usually when I watch some of the games, especially when it's not involved with a team that I really do care about, I'll watch it, then I'll be on my phone for 2 minutes, then I'll keep watching it. This one, because I couldn't be on my phone, I had it propped up on the seat. I had a thing that holds your phone. I had it propped up there, and I watched the whole game.
That's actually elite. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's elite. Yeah, I felt like the Jets played good. They didn't look bad in my opinion, but it just wasn't overall good enough to get the win. Dallas is just better. That was just a blunt way of saying it. And the fact that it ended on a Mark Scheifele penalty, you had to take that penalty, but it's terrible.
The way it ended, nobody, not even Stars fans, wanted it to end like that. And agreed. I don't know how they did it for if it was on ESPN or TNT for you.
It was on ESPN.
Yeah, so for Sportsnet, literally the entire handshake line, they just focused on Scheifele. That's it. They did it for ESPN as well. It was Scheifele sad. Then Otter and Hellebuck, Scheifele sad. The entire handshake line was just Scheifele.
Yeah.
I was so gut wrenched.
It's awful.
I'm not a Jets fan. I'm not a lover of the Jets, but I really wanted them to win that game. I did
as well. It sucks it went that way. But Dallas is off to the Eastern Conference. Is off to the Western Conference final. They are going to take on the Edmonton Oilers. LeBlanc, this is going to be a phenomenal fucking series.
Volume 2? That's last year, too.
Last year's series was pretty damn good.
Last year's series was one of the best series of the playoffs.
Definitely wasn't number one after the.
It was number one, but it was one of the best.
That whole Final Four was pretty awesome last year.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. You have not only that, you have the Mikko Rantanen factor in it this year. Oh my God, McDavid versus Rantanen.
Do you remember?
I am so excited.
The Oilers almost traded for Rantanen. Do you remember that?
They almost did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Going back to Toronto, they nearly traded Marner for Rantanen.
Yeah, Marner said no.
Could you imagine if things flipped the other way? I forgot about that as well.
It would be funny if Marner goes to Carolina.
Oh my God. Toronto will hate him forever.
Yeah.
Anybody who loved him, piss off. You hate him now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would hate his guts. Seriously. Anyways, going back to that series.
Yeah.
I am so excited. The fact too is that Edmonton might get back Ekholm. Jesus Christ.
That's huge for Edmonton.
It is absolutely huge. It's going to start off in Dallas the first 2 games. I don't have word. Like I'm so pumped. I am so pumped.
Yeah, that's like that. I'm gonna be like locked into that series for sure. The last Canadian team versus our friends team.
Yeah, it's gonna be unreal. It's gonna be absolutely unreal. All right,
but like you look at this series. Now I've seen both Stars fans and Oilers fans online. Both are very confident that their teams are going to win the series, but I want to ask what you think.
Well, let's do our prediction here. 3, 2, 1.
Oilers.
We both got Oilers. Okay.
I thought I was going weird because here's the thing. I've doubted the Oilers like almost the entire playoff. Every time I doubt the Oilers, when I doubt the Oilers, they win. They always come out on top.
Well, I had them going past the first round. That happened. I had Vegas beating them because that was my cup pick. Now, fuck it. Narrative's changing. I'm going with I got Stars in 7. I think this is going 7. There's no denying that.
Oh, you have Stars. I have Oilers.
Oh wait, I'm Oilers in 7, not Stars in 7. You can tell I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I have Oilers in 7. It's going 7 first and foremost. I think that the Oilers have the offense. They have the great defensive play. Their goaltending when Stuart Skinner locks in is incredible. All they got to do is get past the first 2 games, and Skinner's locked in. That's just how he is.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. Since Skinner came back, he's been a lot better.
Yeah, I think he was dealing with something.
But I'm going to say this right now. He hasn't let a goal in since game. Yeah, he was in there for game 3, wasn't he?
He hasn't been there since game 3, yes.
Yeah, so game 3 was the last goal he let in, and the last goal he let in was the last goal Vegas scored.
Unreal. And it honestly was like not even his well, it was kind of his fault.
It was his fault, but like it went off dry stuff. You know what I mean? But like Stewart, like if they get Ekholm back, like that, if defense gets better, like it's good. I think McDavid, Draisaitl, I think their top 6 is going to outperform Dallas. The X factor is going to be: can they stop Mikko Rantanen? Can they get past Miro Heiskanen? Can they put out Jake Ottinger? Because they did it last season.
It's going to be much more difficult than it was last year. It's going to be way more difficult than it was last year. But I think the Oilers get it done. I think they do. I just the way I look at them, the way they're playing, they have that experience to them where like they're going to get it done.
Poor Tim though, because if Tim has to see Scoot Stewart Skinner in the final, he might jump. I'm not gonna lie.
Again. It might be Panthers and Oilers again.
And I'll be honest, I wouldn't be upset with that at all.
I wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie. I would not be upset. Anybody who is like just doesn't remember 2 years last year.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I hate repeat Stanley Cup Finals. I always have, but like I would be down for this one.
I would. Me too. That last year's was absolutely phenomenal. That being said, let's go over to the Eastern Conference and preview Hurricanes versus Panthers. The Hurricanes with their way of, they have that system. And you said in a podcast a couple of weeks ago, you said they were like the new New York Islanders. In a way where they have that system where they will, get a lot of shots from the outside. They will pressure the living hell out of you. Florida, they have all 4 lines can score, all 3 defensive pairings. They have guys who can contribute on all ends of the ice. You have a good goalie in net. This could be a fun series as well. We forget that even though it was a sweep for Florida in 2023, that series was remarkably close.
That was the closest series I've ever seen in my life.
Closest sweep I've ever seen in my life, honestly. So, any thoughts on the series heading into it? What are you thinking?
Well, do you want to do our prediction?
Sure. 3, 2, 1. Hurricanes.
Oh my God!
I have Canes too. Oh my God!
I have Canes in 7.
I have Canes in 7 as well.
Because first of all, Like the narrative is, oh, we haven't won a conference final game 7-8. First of all, that's gonna die pretty quickly. They're due. Like the Hurricanes have been so close so many times. They're due.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure. And you look at Washington, how they try to attack. We talked about in a last episode or off camera, I think, where Washington, when they going up against Montreal, like they antagonized them, and Montreal would always react. For Carolina, they didn't give them the time of day. Florida's kind of the same thing as Washington, where they try and get under your skin, and you know who reacted to them every time? Toronto and Tampa. If Carolina cannot give them the time of day again and just play their brand of hockey, the Canes can go far. I think Freddie Anderson has been fantastic this playoffs. The scoring's there. The Jacob Slavin might be I'll be honest, he might be a dark horse for the Conn Smythe.
Yeah, honestly. So this is a phenomenal series. This is going to be so much fun. Yeah. What'd you say? It could go either way?
Yeah, like both of these series can go either way.
I have the Canes, but I know Florida probably might win this series.
Florida's probably tired, though.
They might be tired. That's true.
Canes have had at least 5 days off.
Yeah, Canes have had a lot of time to kind of recuperate and get ready here for the Panthers. Yeah, I think that the Canes, they're going to switch that narrative of not winning a conference final game. I think that's going to be changed very quickly. I also think, as well as that too, that I picked them on my bracket to win. I can't just back out. Again, you guys know me. I'm consistent. I stick with my bracket picks. I'm not going to switch up, besides Edmonton and Dallas, obviously. But what's up? Oh, okay. But yeah, I think honestly, this is going to be a very fun series. Both these series are going to be very fun. I'm looking forward to both of them. So that being said, that leaves a Stanley Cup final for the both of us, Oilers-Canes. Who are you thinking in that series right now?
I want the Oilers to win.
Okay.
I just don't. I can't. Here's the thing. I can't see them going to the finals 2 years in a row and losing, though.
Yes. That's why I'm picking the Oilers if that final.
The Oilers too. I think the Oilers are going to win the Stanley Cup.
I think so as well. I think this is it. The Canadian drought's over, and they're going to win it all.
Here's the thing. I want it to happen because now everyone can just shut the hell up about the fucking drought. Like, I'm so sick of the goddamn, oh, is this the year? Is this the year? Like, it's so freaking annoying. Like, I think I think the biggest annoying thing is that I think fans of like Ottawa, Montreal, and Calgary can really resonate with this. Well, you should cheer for your rival because they're a Canadian team. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no, I can't.
I'll be honest. If Toronto was in the final, I would not be cheering for them. I didn't cheer for Montreal there in the final. I hate the drought narrative. It's so annoying.
Yeah,
I want it to happen so we can all just go back to let the drought's over. Let's just play hockey.
I mean, for an American, it's a little bit different for me. I mean, I know there's like some kind of narrative there, but I mean, it really depends on the team. Like, you're rooting for the Oilers, honestly. Like, you want the Oilers to win, but apart from that, like you really won't root for every team. Like, there's the narrative is stupid. So I agree with that for sure. Yeah, so let's just wrap this up with some news around the NHL. There's not really a whole lot. There's been some new hirings that we need to go over since we've last spoken. Ken Holland, we already did. Rick Tocchett is the next head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. LeBlanc, what are you thinking?
Have we talked about this yet?
I don't think we have, no, because NordCast talked about it this week. We talked about Holland. I know that for sure, but we have not talked about either Tocchett or Foote. Because that was on, I think, Thursday of this week, or Wednesday, one of the two. So what do you think about this?
I like the hire. I think Tocchett's a very good developmental coach. I think he's going to bring their youth movement up, and I think he's very good with younger players. I like the move. And they're familiar with a guy like Tocchett.
Originally, I was very against I just wasn't like, I don't know, I would rather like a guy like David Carl, but I think for a guy like Tocchett, he brings a great mentality. He brings a flyer mentality. He's a developmental coach, as you said. I think it's going to take a little bit here for his project to work, but I think it can, honestly. And I think that, as well as that, too, he's going to attract some new free agents that may not have come to Philly otherwise. So I like it overall from that perspective, honestly. As well as that, too, Adam Foote is the next head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. LeBlanc, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, this got no backlash at all. It really
there's two ways you can look at this. LeBlanc, I'll let you say the other way because I think you know what the other way is going to be. The one way is that Vancouver didn't go to recycling route of getting another head coach that was, with another team. They're giving another guy a chance who doesn't have a lot of experience, but he worked hard in the organization. He built his way up. He was an assistant coach for 3 years, and there you go. He's now the head coach. LeBlanc, what's the other perspective of this?
Other perspective that I really agree with your perspective more than this one, but that how with the hockey what you want me to do I'll do by two perspectives. The other perspective is that Vancouver can't get anyone to come to the organization that wants
that. Was my perspective.
Coach the Canucks, and that was my perspective. Like, yeah, it's nice that you're giving another guy a chance, but Adam Foote is also quote a known hard ass.
Yeah,
but Quinn Hughes likes him.
Yeah, and anything to keep the king safe.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna bring this up because it was a thing about controversy. Adam Foote is the father of Cal Foote.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I'm just gonna say it here. He has nothing to do with his son's actions, so I don't see any controversy here.
Yeah, I don't really. He has nothing to do with his son's actions. Like, yeah, it's a factor, I guess, but it's. Was he in the room? No.
I don't. That was a big controversy. A lot of Canuck fans and a lot of outside hockey fans were saying this, and I don't agree with their narrative. I agree more with the Adam Foote didn't do anything. Adam Foote's just yeah. So, but I think going back to Adam Foote in now, I think I more agree with my narrative that they can't get anybody to come in.
Yeah, I think both are kind of true, to be honest with you, for both narratives. I think they're both true. It's good on them recycling a new coach. I'm tired of seeing the same head coach. Let's see what Foote can do. Let's see if Foote can turn this team around. But as well as that, too, with the drama, can't tell me anybody really wants to come there right now.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that Adam Foote, known hard ass Adam Foote's gonna deal with that drama. It's gonna be cut out real quick.
Yeah, I agree. So I look at it from that perspective. And yeah, that is it. That's all I wanted to cover here in this episode of the MVP. LeBlanc, any final thoughts?
My final thought is that Adam Foote reminds me of my dad. No bullshit. no bullshit. Just listen.
My final thought, bye-bye Shanahan.
Bye-bye.
See ya in Cancun. Anyways, actually, have a better yet. Ciao, Brendan Shanahan. Ciao.
The branded ciao is crazy.
Brendan Shanahan. All right, that is it for this episode of the MVP. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Ciao.
Let me flip this script. I feel privileged for all who can witness this. I am close to divine. Know the moment is mine, need no omen or sign. Providing a back sound to all the squares that ask around. Be getting it, my skills pay me. Trying to get a million, baby, with an adopted flow that God gave me. Tell whoever runners that they spot is temporary till I take it as mine. I'm selfish, your will. Tell Miss I'm on my wealth tip. So when we cash out soon, I'm just investing. Hey, no yes men. I've been a legend since before mom and dad had me and was best friends. I chew through comp, don't test them. I chew on tracks, cause after that I bless them. I just do what I do. You see me? I just do what I do. I just do what I do. I don't know about you. I just do what I do. Check. I just do what I do. just do what I do.